So Akili is helping the banking sector in Kenya adopt artificial intelligence. So we're really seeing a transformation occurring right now. Think of some of the transformations that have happened in the past. We've had the internet, we've had mobile phones. Artificial intelligence is the next one of those big transformations. What artificial intelligence does is it allows you to solve problems that traditionally humans could do very easily, but software found really difficult. So if you imagine that you want to open a bank account, somebody has to sit down, look at your application form, they have to find your references, your pay slips, so on, and then eventually you get to a decision having gone through the hands of several people. And you know well that that can take days or even weeks for that to occur. What AI can do is to automate that entire process end to end. So now you can have bank account opening that occurs within half an hour. And that's a really simple example of how AI is helping improve the lives of Kenyans, enabling us to get rid of some of the glue that exists within the day-to-day processes that we have, and really enabling the economy to grow. So we're tremendously excited about artificial intelligence. We think it's got enormous applications, particularly in the financial sector, enabling people to get most beneficial access to their money at the cheapest possible costs.
Why the choice of Kenya? And probably how important is this adoption of AI to the financial sector, especially given how big it is in Kenya?
Yeah, so I mean, AI has been adopted quite broadly worldwide.
Yeah.
Africa has yet to embrace AI at quite the same pace. And really there are kind of three big centres financially in Africa. So there's Kenya, there's South Africa, and there's Nigeria. We chose to start in Kenya because we know Kenya well.
Yes.
And we think that the banking sector is really well positioned to adopt AI and take advantage of it. So our strategy is to build our footprint in Kenya and then use the learning and the knowledge that we've got from that to take the AI technology across the continent.
Away from banks, or even before you go away from banks, which aspects of banking are you targeting with the AI offering that you have?
So AI can be used in a wide variety of applications within the banks, and essentially think of anything that is boring but complicated. That's the sort of thing that AI can do,
yes.
Right? So it's checking that the payment actually aligns with your loan. It's giving marketing communications that are actually relevant to you. It's validating that your documents are up to date. It's keeping an eye on your bank account to make sure that there isn't fraud going on, or there's some misuse of your cards or whatever. So really wide variety of applications, and the beauty of this new generation of AI, which has really only been around for 2 to 3 years, is that it can be adopted very quickly and very easily. This is not the AI of old where it was multi-million-dollar projects. Think of new generation of AI as being like a spreadsheet, and you just use it in hundreds of different places inside the organization, just to make the organization more effective every day.
The big telcos like Safaricom have their own data centers.
Mm-hmm.
What would make such a company, for example, choose iX data center over its building its own? Is it cost effective? What is the advantage you give any company away from building its own data center, probably?
Yeah, so iX, where we are today, is a hosting facility for data centers.
Yeah.
And in order to be able to make data centers, you need reliability. You need reliable power, you need reliable data connections, you need reliable infrastructure. When you're rolling out AI, there's a lot of technology you need to put into that. And so major companies are coming to iX to be able to host their technology to ensure that they've got the most reliable environment to be able to host that. So there is a partnership between Akili AI and iX, where Akili is developing the AI technology, and then clients are hosting that technology at iX in order to get the most reliable solutions they can. This is why you want data centers to be local.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Part of that is data privacy. You don't want the data to be disappearing far away. Part of it is just latency. It's just a short time to get access to that data. So what we're seeing is an ever greater demand for these sorts of services. And the more we have those services locally within Africa, the more that businesses will be able to take advantage of those technologies. AI of itself is not useful. AI is only useful when you do something with it.
Yes.
So what we want to see is not AI for AI's sake, but we want to see companies, organizations, and even government using AI to get maximum advantage. I think when you're just starting out, you've just got a few customers, you've got a few examples, it doesn't really matter where your data center is, right?
Yes.
But when you start getting serious and this becomes a serious part of your business, then it becomes a strategic decision about where you're going to host your data center. So what we're seeing is as the market matures, more and more people are looking to come to a center like iX in order to be able to host their data locally.
And as the race for AI gets bigger and faster, there's the concern around consumption of power, because data center consume a lot of power. And also there's the talk around sustainability. How is iX probably placed in terms of sustainability and consumption of power, and how to make probably maximize on the power that is there? Yeah. How are you operating different from data centers of the past?
Yeah. So I mean, all AI takes power.
Yes.
Computation takes power.
Yes.
But there are steps that you can take to minimize the amount of power that it takes. Yeah. And it's not just the power, it's the water usage, it's the other resources that are available. So iX is one of the latest data centers in East Africa. And so the way it's been designed, it uses the very latest technology to do water recycling, for example, to minimize the energy usage within the air conditioning, in order to try and minimize the overhead of the energy that's taken by AI. But there's no getting away from it. AI is a power-hungry technology, and we need to build that renewable infrastructure, energy infrastructure, and other infrastructures in order to be able to sustainably deliver AI into the market.
Okay. In terms of expansion, right now your focus is on Kenya. What else are you looking at in the next 3-5 years?
Well, so the initial focus is in Kenya. From Akili's point of view, we have 3 hubs. We have one in Nairobi, one in Johannesburg, and one in Lagos. And so really we're going to be building out over those 3 hubs. And then each of those hubs becomes a regional center for the other countries in those regions. So we then expect the technology to expand continent-wide over the next 5 years. iX is one of the best backed data centers in Africa. And really it's a supply and demand type of equation. So already iX is one of the largest data centers out there. And it will just add capacity as necessary as there's demand to meet the market requirement.
Do you feel Africa is well placed in terms of adoption of AI? Are we going in the right direction? Are we doing what the rest of the world is doing?
I think there's 2 answers to that.
Yes.
So undoubtedly, Africa has not adopted AI as rapidly as the rest of the world at a corporate level. At an individual level, Kenya has more people using ChatGPT than pretty much any other country in the world. So at a grassroots level, it's definitely been adopted, but at a corporate level, not so much. Really, the transition that needs to be made is less focus on the core AI technology and more focus on what will the AI do for me. And so I think there is still an opportunity for countries in Africa to focus on the adoption of AI and what I call the so what. What is the AI actually going to deliver, rather than getting too tied up with the hype bubble of what the next generation of AI is going to do. The AI we've got today is plenty good enough to keep us going for the next 5 to 10 years. So let's work with what we've got today. Other people will come out with new generations of AI. That's great, we'll just adopt it as needed. But right now there is a gap between what AI can do and how much it's being used for. And really the focus is to use that AI to get the benefit to boost the economy and to boost the lives of local Kenyans.
And maybe away from AI, you've been in Kenya for a while. What are the key things that stand out for you in Kenya in terms of technology?
Kenya, has always been
Yeah.
the technology hub
Yes.
of Africa, really.
Yes.
And I think it's a vibrant place. It's got great education, and it's got that sort of can-do attitude, if you like. I think that really positions Kenya to be a leading force in the market. But having said that, there are other people who are getting wise to this, right? So,
Yes.
so you see in Kigali, you
Yes.
see in Addis,
Yes.
you see in other places, other governments trying to steal Kenya's crown. So I think there's definitely still momentum needs to be generated to retain that leading position in Africa.
So we need to do more.
I think you always need to do more. That's always true.
Okay, asante sana.